What is up, everybody? This is What's Up with Matthew Sitz, another episode, and we're going to get right to it, right to the fun stuff, right to our special guest, and that is Court Theater's very own props manager, Lara Musard. Lara, are you there?
I'm here.
How are you? All day. How are you, Lara?
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, you look good. We actually kind of match.
Well, I wore team colors.
Excellent. Team Court.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So what's been going on? You got things going on. What have you been doing lately? You been reading anything, cooking anything?
Yeah, we've been cooking a lot of stuff. That's the main thing that we're doing. Meal planning and Instacart shopping, and then bleaching all of my groceries and then making food out of those groceries.
Yeah, you're bleaching them? That doesn't sound safe.
It's safe. It's a special kind of edible bleach.
Oh, it's an edible bleach.
But I work in props. I could do that.
That makes sense. So props manager, how did you get into theater and, props design?
So I used to be a stage manager for a really long time, and I didn't like it because it was too much of a commitment, because you're there always, and I don't want to be anywhere always.
Sure.
So then I was living in New Orleans, and somebody asked me to prop a show, and I did, and I hated it because I didn't know anything about the city. But I did know that I liked working with my hands, and I liked doing just one job and getting out. And then the hurricane hit, Katrina, and I had to move back to Chicago and start all over. And I thought, well, maybe I'll try props. And then I did. And here I am.
14
Here you
years. Are. 14 years?
Yeah. I started over hire at Chicago Shakes, and then I was doing freelance, and then I was the shopper at the Goodman, and then Court took me.
Nice. What was the name of that show? Do you remember the name of that show that you first ever did props on that you just couldn't stand?
Yeah, it was Bat Boy the Musical.
Oh, I've never seen it. Are there a lot of props in that? But you know what? Let me. This is coming from a novice. It's not necessarily the quantity of props, right?
Right. Yeah, when things are really literal, like it's a house and there's actually a lot of stuff, that's easier. It costs more and it's a little bit more energy, but it's easier because it's literal.
Well, excellent. That is fascinating. How you look good? You look healthy. How's the little guy doing? Your son, Luke. How old is he again?
He's 8, and he's doing well because my parenting strategy during the quarantine is to just lock him in his room with the iPad and a bunch of Oreos.
There you have it.
So he's happy.
Mm-hmm. And yep. Oreos is a consumable. So.
Yeah.
But you're not doing a show there. Well, that's good. He's a cute little guy. I love it when he comes around to the theater.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had fondue last night for the first time, so that was fun.
Ooh. Did he like it?
He didn't eat it. He just made it. But yeah, he liked it.
Okay. Yeah, it's more fun to play with those things than to eat them sometimes.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now is the portion of our show where you are the special guest of a few games, and one of them is made especially for you, specifically for you. But this first one you've seen before, folks, and Lara, you've seen before. This one's called This or That. Lara Musard, the timer starts now. Book or movie?
Book.
Soup or salad?
Soup.
Animated or live action?
Live action.
Mansion or castle?
Castle.
Swan or flamingo?
Ooh, flamingo.
Why?
Pink.
Dance or sing?
What was it?
Dance or sing?
Woo, dance.
Woo, dance. All right. Let's check with the judges.
Is that it?
Yes, you've passed that round.
Okay.
The pink saved you.
Oh, where was I lacking?
I can't tell. The judges aren't telling me.
Okay, no notes.
No notes. No. I'm not the director, I'm just the host. So all right. This next segment of our show is called Props to Lara. We name a production and you talk about the hardest or most unique prop you had to get for the show.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay. And then I'm not supposed to know if I'm going to say this or not, but then our definitely not fake live studio audience gives you some props for doing such a great job.
I understand how you're working that wordplay in. I got it.
Yeah. You're probably sick of hearing that kind of stuff, probably, right?
No, I just like the attention.
The mousetrap.
Having to build that fireplace that was operated by 2 humidifiers, and there was some sort of mysterious blockage that would happen in the pipes that would make it stop every night 45 minutes in, and I never solved that mystery.
Oh, fascinating. And I don't think the audience ever knew.
No, probably not.
No.
Did you catch the part where I said mystery when we were talking about mousetrap?
Yes.
Okay. I said I never solved the mystery. It was a prop mystery because it was a mystery. I mean, if we're going to do plays on words, I want to join.
You're so good. Are you trying to come for my job?
Okay.
Next show, King Headley II.
Honestly, with that show, I think set dressing was my favorite because we had all of that hoarding under the stairs and in Stool Pigeon's house, and so I had to create these like piles and piles of newspapers and other junk that was strategically placed because he was so OCD. But that was my most fun. It's most fun for me to get inside a character's head and then build their house, their world around them.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. So he had weird things down there, like 80s toys. There was a Cabbage Patch Kid and a Rock'em Sock'em game, and I get to find those like really from the 80s, which is fun. And an old car seat that had been removed, like a bench car seat. Just cool random stuff that wasn't random to him at all, but and I don't think anyone really noticed, but I did, and it was fun to put it in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's fascinating. All right, Lara, last show in Iliad.
Well, so this one was different. The one at OI was different than the one that we normally do. And the first time we did it, I was on maternity leave. And so somebody covered me and did that show. And then the second time we did it, there was pretty much already a kit. So I didn't have to do anything new except create, Todd Rosenthal designed it. And there was a small shelf in the back of the set that was supposed to have all of these candles and that had been burned over time. So lots of candle wax dripping down from this little sill. And then this new one, it was just, I just had to get some drop cloths to put over all of the really pretty artifacts that were already in the museum. And I actually was I was only in the room once. So that one isn't very fair.
Well, I think with our fake, not fake audience, live action audience, we'll have some good reactions there. All righty, here we go. Everybody's favorite portion of this episode is the world famous Wheel of Wonder.
The Wheel of Wonder.
You made my dog bark.
Okay, my producer's in the other room eating some chips, so I'm going to have to do this spin for you. You've seen this before, right?
Yes.
So I'm not even going to recite what they are. You have to do whatever it lands on. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Do you want me to go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise, please.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. I got it. Ooh, this is a good one. It's juicy.
On there? I can't
Yeah,
see.
there's. I know. I got to figure out the lighting.
Okay. Because I'm pretty convinced you're just making it up.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
So, tell us about. Oh yeah, here we go. Lara Musard,
Yes.
tell us about the first date you ever went on.
Well, okay, I got it. So it was to a movie, and I don't remember what the movie was, but it was with a boy named Chris Roop, and I was in 5th grade, and my mom drove us, and my mom loves listening to music, and so the radio was on, but our car at the time had a speaker that would keep going out. And so every time that speaker would go out, my mom would slam her hand on the dashboard to try and get it to work again. And it happened so often that I never even paid any attention to it. But my date had no idea what was happening. Just every once in a while, my mom would just slam the dashboard really hard. So he was freaked out the entire time. And didn't even want to hold my hand, and I was devastated.
Oh.
And it was until sometime later, I was talking with him, and he asked me why she kept hitting the dashboard, and I didn't even remember it being a thing. And it took him many years after that for me to put 2 and 2 together, that that's what the problem was.
Ooh, that was good. Did you ever go on a second date?
No, we just made out in the crosswalk.
Okay, there you have it, folks. Well, Lara Musard, that was a very entertaining episode. Thank you so much. Lots of fun. Lara, do you have anything to say finally to end this episode? Anything to say to our viewers?
Well, to you, thanks for doing this. I think it's awesome to give the community, another reason to stay together and speak with each other. And it's great to see you. And, I don't know, to the audience, don't forget about court. Keep coming back.
That's right. Don't forget. Yep.
Yeah.
Who's that? You got a dog there?
No, that's my son.
Okay. Lara Musard, thank you so much. This is Matthew Sitz. What's up with Matthew Sitz? Signing off with Court's props manager, Lara Musard. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye.